Hey, I'm back. I'm back after taking 3 months off. I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. Happy 2021. If you're new here, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, hello, my name's Jess. I create videos every other week for business owners like you to help you save time and look good online. I'd love for you to subscribe so you can catch all of my future videos and stay tuned for what's up. So I took 3 months off of creating content, no podcasts, no YouTube videos, just a complete break from content other than what I was putting on Instagram, but really just taking a break. And it was the first break I've taken in 7 years since I started blogging, and then YouTube and then podcasting. So it was a much needed break. Very excited to be back. And I just wanted to share a few things that I thought would be valuable for you as you are looking into the new year in your own business. So one of the first things I want to share is, honestly, if you are feeling burnout by something, whether it's something you've been feeling burnout for a few weeks or a few months or a few years, take a break. Breaks are good. Breaks are okay. And yes, I know it's the new year and we're supposed to be feeling all, fresh start and excited about everything. But if you're feeling burnt out, then take a break. It's okay. It's totally okay to start a break. And do you hear my dog? As I was saying, take a break, take a nap like Morgan. Give yourself a deadline. I think that's one of the mistakes that sometimes people make is they're like, oh, I'm going to take a break, and then they just never come back to it. So I'd give yourself a deadline, whether that's 1 month or 3 months or whatever. And then when you do come back, maybe ask yourself, what can I change about this? Why was I feeling burnout? So for me, I changed 2 things. First, I hired an editor. I've been editing my own podcast and videos for the last 4 years. That was a lot. Weekly videos and podcast episodes. At some points, I was even creating 2 videos a week. So it's a lot of content. So I decided I need that time back in my life, but also I think that will help prevent burnout if I'm not having to edit everything. So that's one of the things I changed. The other thing, which you might have noticed I said earlier, is now I'm creating content every other week instead of weekly. Would it be better, like SEO-wise, for weekly content? Sure. But I have plenty of content already. I have hundreds of videos and podcasts and blogs. I have tons of content, and there's no need to run myself ragged by creating content every week just because it's what you should do. So I'm changing my schedule as well, and I may change it again in the future. I may go back to weekly episodes, who knows, but it's something that feels good for me right now. The other thing I did was invest in a business coach. So for the first half of 2021, I'm going to be working with a business coach. Very excited about that. It's been 4 or 5 years since I've had a business coach. And honestly, I think investing in your business is one of the best things you can do, whether that's a business coach, a web designer, a copywriter, an editor, like anything you can do to help make your business better or make something in your business better. I think it always pays off. And it's been a while since I've invested in my business in a one-to-one fashion. There's definitely courses and memberships that I've invested in, but working with someone in a one-to-one scenario, I think is really, really beneficial. So very excited to see how that affects my business, how working with her changes things. So I'll keep you posted. And then the last thing I wanted to share is actually something my business coach had me do that I thought was really, really interesting and valuable. So I wanted to share with you. So I had to do this big business review audit on my business so she could know everything about my business and where I've been and where I wanted to go. And so one of the things I had to do was list out my revenue for the last 3 years. So 2018, 2019, 2020. But I had to break it down by, the offers and services that brought in the most revenue. And it was really interesting when I compared 2018 to 2020, because not only did my revenue increase, but the variety of projects that I worked on decreased. So my revenue increased, but the work I was doing, the variety of projects decreased. And it wasn't necessarily the number of projects, though I think that also did slightly decrease. But because in 2018, I did over a dozen different types of projects, meaning I did like books, PDFs, Canva templates, logos, websites. I don't even know what else. There was a big variety of projects I did. And then when I looked at 2020, it was like 5 or 6 types of projects that I worked on. And that was so interesting to me because, one, I didn't like actively realize that had happened, but it made sense because I narrowed down what I was really focusing on, which made my marketing easier, made my website more clear because I didn't have all these different types of offers. And it really just made it easier for people to know how I could best help them. So I really wanted to challenge you to look at your own business. Maybe you just look at 2020, maybe compare 2020 to a few years ago or whatever, but look at the work that you're doing and really focus on what do you enjoy most, but also what's bringing in the most money? What type of projects are you offering that are most profitable? And also really look at, am I offering too much? Because sometimes I think we get caught up in, I have to have all these different offers for different people in different way, like whether it's a group program or a course and then one-to-one, or, I want to have this for people who struggle with this type of problem, but also this type of problem. You can't help everyone. And when you try and have 8 different offers for someone, it ends up confusing them because they're like, do I need this thing or this thing? Because I struggle with both of these and I'm not really sure which one really helps me the most. So make it less confusing for your audience and reduce the number of offers that you have. More doesn't always equal more. So that's my challenge for you as you look into 2021, as you're planning things and looking at what you want to do this year. I would encourage you to maybe cut back on your offers. But I want to hear how your 2020 was or what you're looking forward to this year. Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and I will see y'all next time.